Are you over 60 years old, and have you noticed that your erections are no longer as firm or as consistent as before? Do you wake up and those morning erections that used to be normal no longer appear? Do you feel that your sexual desire, along with your energy, is slowly decreasing? Listen to this very carefully, because what you are about to discover can completely transform your intimate life and your overall health. Everything, absolutely everything, begins with something as simple and as everyday as what you do right before going to sleep. This is the warning you cannot ignore. If you do not pay attention to this before going to bed, your body will begin to disconnect from its true sexual potential. And it is not the fault of age, but rather an accumulation of everyday mistakes which often go unnoticed. As a physician, I tell you this with complete clarity. The quality of your night and morning erections is one of the most precise indicators of your cardiovascular and neurological health. When these erections disappear, it is because something inside you is failing. But before talking about the solution, let me explain something fundamental. What happens to your body while you sleep? During deep sleep, especially in the REM phase, your body activates vital regeneration processes, and one of the most important is the production and maintenance of spontaneous erections. Yes, even if you are not having sexual activity, your penis becomes active while you sleep. This happens 3 to 5 times each night, completely naturally. Why does this happen? Because it is the way your body keeps erectile tissue healthy, stimulates circulation and oxygenation of the penis, and preserves sensitivity and sexual performance. And what happens when these nocturnal erections disappear? The tissue begins to atrophy, blood flow decreases, the elasticity of the corpora cavernosa is reduced, the risk of permanent erectile dysfunction increases, and all of this can happen without you realizing it. Silently, night after night, until one day your body simply no longer responds. So, what can you do before sleeping to prevent this? Here's the key that no one reveals. Have dinner at least 3 hours before going to bed. Eating heavily right before sleep blocks circulation because your body focuses on digestion, not regeneration. This decreases the production of nitric oxide, the molecule that allows erections. And if you also consume alcohol or sweets at night, the effect becomes even more negative. Avoid screens at least 60 minutes before going to sleep. The blue light from your phone or TV suppresses melatonin, the deep sleep hormone, and without deep sleep, there are no nocturnal erections. In addition, lack of rest generates stress, and stress destroys desire. Perform this breathing exercise before going to bed. Only 2 minutes. Inhale for 4 seconds through the nose. Hold the air for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly through the mouth for 6 seconds. This activates your parasympathetic system, which relaxes, repairs, and improves circulation. Do it 5 times, and you will notice how your body enters the ideal state for sleep and regeneration. Drink a glass of warm water or a natural infusion. Your penis needs to be well hydrated to stay firm and function fully. Nighttime dehydration thickens your blood, slows flow, and can cause microinjuries in erectile tissue. A ginger, cinnamon, or ginseng tea is ideal before bed, and above all, make sure you sleep at least 7 hours. Sleeping less than 6 hours each night reduces testosterone by up to 30%, and without testosterone, there is no desire, potency, or energy. In short, if you're a man over 60 and want to preserve your potency, do not wait for a miracle pill. Start with something much more powerful, your bedtime routine. Because if you do not give your body the rest, circulation, and environment it needs, night after night you will lose something invaluable, your intimate vitality. Do you identify with this? Leave a 1 if you are already experiencing difficulties with morning erections. Leave a 0 if you want to prevent problems before it is too late. And if you learned something new today, write "I am awake" in the comments. Because talking about this is also part of being a conscious man, of taking care of your health. And what comes next? In the next content, we will talk about 3 morning exercises that reactivate blood flow to the penis in less than 5 minutes, so you wake up each day with more potency, more confidence, and more control. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this message with another man who needs it. Your sexual health is not a luxury, it is part of your power. 3 morning exercises that reactivate blood flow to the penis in less than 5 minutes. In the first part, We talked about what to do before sleep to avoid losing your erections. Now, let us talk about what to do upon waking. Because yes, what you do in the first minutes of the day can make the difference between a day with energy, active circulation, and desire, or a day of fatigue, apathy, and weak or non-existent erections. Listen carefully. The penis has no bones, but it needs movement. And not just sexual movement, but body and vascular movement. Why? Because erections depend on blood flow, and if your blood is stagnant or circulates with difficulty, there is no potency. That is why, if you are over 60 and want to keep your virility active, these 3 exercises that I am going to teach you now should be part of your daily routine every morning. It takes only 5 minutes, and results appear within days. Exercise 1. Pelvic activation. Wake up the control center. It is a series of gentle movements that stimulate the pelvic floor, the muscular base that supports your bladder, prostate, and penis. How to do it? Stand firm with legs slightly apart. Squeeze the muscles you would use to stop the flow of urine. Hold tight for 3 seconds. Release. Repeat 10 times. This exercise activates the pubococcygeus muscle, known as the PC, fundamental for maintaining strength in your erections and also for control over ejaculation. Do it every morning upon waking, even before getting out of bed if you prefer. Exercise 2. Nitric oxide breathing, bringing oxygen directly to the penis. Nitric oxide is an essential molecule for achieving an erection. Without it, the blood vessels of the penis do not dilate, and blood does not flow with force. How to stimulate it naturally through deep, slow, and controlled breathing. The instructions are simple, only 2 minutes. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold the air inside for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Rest for 2 seconds. And repeat. Do it 6 times every morning upon waking. This exercise increases blood flow, relaxes the arteries, and improves your mental state. In addition, it reduces sexual anxiety and enhances your performance during intimate encounters. Exercise 3. Leg flexion in place. This is a pelvic pump that accelerates circulation quickly. It is simple, but powerful. What should you do? Stand up, relax your arms, and bend your knees as if marching without moving from the spot. Lift each knee as high as you can, alternating one and the other. Do it for 1 minute. This movement improves circulation in the pelvic area, activates the lower abdominal muscles, and helps to naturally push blood toward the penis. Do it in the morning after using the bathroom or while preparing your coffee. It is important to emphasize that these exercises do not replace medical treatments, but they are an essential step to regain control of your sexual circulation. The sooner you incorporate them, the greater the benefits you will feel. Firmer erections, fewer involuntary nighttime leaks, greater control over ejaculation, and more energy upon waking. In short, your sexual potency does not disappear suddenly. It weakens little by little within your daily routine. And if your routine does not include activation, movement, and oxygen, your body begins to shut down without you noticing. These 3 exercises are not just physical movements. They're a declaration of self-care, a message you send to your body. I am here, I care about you, I will not allow you to fade. Do you dare to try them? Do them tomorrow. Write active if you are going to do them, already do if you already have your routine, and tell me if you want me to explain it in a video or animation. Now, the 3 most common mistakes that destroy your erections without you noticing. You may be doing everything right, but still notice that your erections are not the same. You sleep, eat reasonably, even do some exercise, but desire and firmness continue to decline. So, are you making 1, 2, or even all 3 mistakes that I am going to reveal now? These are mistakes so common that most men do not even consider them a problem, but believe me, these silent habits are slowly destroying your sexual vitality, and if you do not correct them in time, recovery will become increasingly difficult. Mistake number 1. Using alcohol as a nighttime relaxant. Just 1 drink to sleep better. A wine during dinner does not seem harmful. It helps me rest. Yes, alcohol can induce sleep, but what many do not know is that it completely blocks the deep REM phase, where nocturnal and spontaneous erections occur. In addition, it lowers testosterone, slows blood flow, affects the central nervous system, reduces sensitivity and firmness, and most alarmingly, normalizes sexual disconnection. It turns you off without you noticing. What to do? Replace alcohol with natural infusions, ginger tea with turmeric, warm water with lemon, peace and flora tea, or relaxing lemon balm, with no hormonal effects. Your body will thank you, and so will your erections. Mistake number 2, sitting for hours without moving. This is one of the most silent enemies of male sexual life, and also one of the most invisible. After 60, many men spend much of the day sitting in front of the TV, computer, in the car, at the table, after eating, in bed before sleeping. This not only hinders circulation, but compresses the pelvic region and reduces blood flow to the penis. In other words, your own routines are atrophying your sexual potency. What to do? Every 30 or 45 minutes, stand up and walk for 3 minutes. Perform gentle squats or stretches. If possible, use an ergonomic chair that does not press the perineum. Movement is circulation, and without circulation there is no erection. Mistake number 3, believing that sex ends with age. This is the most harmful of all because it is not physical, it is mental. Many older men think, at my age it is no longer necessary. I do not have a partner. Why bother? That is for young people. And that repeated thought in silence turns off libido. The body continues to generate desire, sexual energy, and blood flow. But if the mind gives up, the body obeys. You ignore it. What to do? Talk about it. Take it seriously. Incorporate small daily actions that keep contact with yourself alive. Conscious self-exploration, massages in the lower area, light physical activity, emotional or affective connection. Do not extinguish the flame just because there is no fire. Sometimes what is missing is decision. Final reflection of this series. Your erections are not just about sex. They are cardiovascular health, hormonal balance, vital energy. Maintaining them is not vanity, it is dignity. After 60, every choice counts. What you do upon waking, before sleeping, what you eat, what you think, all of that builds or destroys your sexual potency. And today you know how to change. Did this information resonate with you? Leave a yes if you're going to eliminate at least one of these mistakes. A yes if you had already noticed any, but did not know it affected your erections. And comment. I want more if you want a new series on foods, supplements, or strategies for older men. Thank you for following this series. If you know an older man who needs to hear this, send him this video. He may not say it, but he needs to know. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and stay tuned because in the next video we will talk about habits that naturally increase testosterone after 60. And that, believe me, is another level.